Hello, fellowship. I wanted to take a moment this afternoon to share some information with each and every one of you. A few days ago, I put out that I wanted us to all come back together again. I wanted all of us to come back to worship on the first Sunday in June. And so I just wanted to share some information, some recent information that I've heard, that I've watched, and I just want you to understand that it has me concerned. Now, again, I would love to see our church come back, all of us come back together again on the first Sunday in June. But I also want to say, I won't make that decision unless I feel that every I is dotted and every T is crossed. Now, on last Friday, the governor opened up phase 1 of his 3-phase program for opening up Virginia. You heard me say for the churches, it meant that we could have 50% of our total capacity, which means we could have up to 220 members to come and worship. But what's alarming to me is over the past several weeks, churches have seen an increased spike of those in the congregation affected by this coronavirus. That has me concerned. I may have shared with you in California, 180 members were in the church. There was an individual in the congregation that was affected by the virus. And so all 180 of those members had to go into quarantine. Recently, Catholic Church in Houston, Texas, the priest got infected by the virus. It attacked the underlying conditions that he was already having, and the virus proved to be fatal for that priest. So when I look at all of that, when I think about all of that, it brings me back home to our church. And the bulk of the members of our church, a large majority of the people of our church, are seniors. And many of us have those underlying conditions. And please hear me when I say this. I do not want a chance bringing our seniors out and something tragically happens as the virus enters the church, and some of our seniors, or even one of our seniors, is infected by this virus. So we're going to have to make some decisions, and you brought me here as your pastor. You brought me here as your leader. I said it the first day that I came here, that my number one concern would always be for the people of this church. And my concern will always be for our members. I'm grateful to work with such a dynamic staff of great deacons, of great trustees, and a lot of things that we plan for this year, for 2020. We may not be able to accomplish those. Not because of us. Not because of anything that we've done, but because of this virus. And so right now, my major goal is to get our church through 2020, with no one being affected by this virus. That's my goal. Because the other things, we can pick those up next year. Even if we don't meet the budget this year, if we meet it by God blessing us and keeping all of our members, that'll make us stronger to be able to work towards a budget next year and to work towards the different programs next year. Now, we may be able to complete some of those goals that we have set for this year. But to all of you, I just want you to know right now that my number one concern is the safety of the men and women, the boys and girls of our church. And so every day I'm watching the news and I will never make a decision by politics. But I will follow the data of the medical physicians, the researchers, and the scientists. I will make that decision on those three different areas. Now, I know that God is good. But as a leader, God expects me to make sound and timely decisions. And right now, I want to say this: staying at home has proven smart for all of our members. I have not received that phone call saying that one of our members have been infected by the virus. God has blessed us. That's a blessing within itself. So it may mean that we may have to continue to video our messages. We may have to continue for a while watching our amazing altos and watching that dynamic group of men called the brothers as they sacrifice. And that's what they're doing. They're making a sacrifice. They're making that sacrifice each week to come out and bring a message and song to each and every one of you. And I will do my very best each week to bring a message to lift your hearts. But I want you to understand that we have to make good decisions. These are times where making the right decision counts. We have to make the right decision. This is not a time to guess it. This is not a time just to bring you back, just to bring you back. I want to come back. I want to bring you back. I want to see all of your faces, hear your voices. But we cannot do that until I know that we are safe. And the opportunity is less that virus will enter our church. Now, I want to say this because this is what I'm hearing from the physicians. This is what I'm hearing from science. That this virus may come back in the fall stronger than ever. I want to say that again. I'm hearing that this virus could hit us in the fall. Already colleges are bringing their students in the early part of the summer and then releasing them before the Thanksgiving holidays. This is a very serious virus and it's dangerous. And more than anything, fellowship, there is no vaccine right now for this virus. In September, we'll start getting ready for the flu shots. But there is no shot, there is no vaccine, there's no pill right now strong enough to deter this virus. And so, as much as I want to be with you, as much as I want to see you on the first Sunday in June, ladies and gentlemen, that could change. And that's why I wanted to just take this time to make this short video to say to you, if it changed, please know that we're doing it because we are looking after the safety of our members. We will come back. We will come back. You know, some may say, no matter what, let's just come back on the first Sunday and let's just get back and let's just do this. But people are still being affected by this virus and people are dying. As all of you know, over 90,000 right now. Over 90,000 right now have given up their lives to this virus. And everyone was looking for the flattening, for the curve to just flatten out. But in the 757, Norfolk, Chesapeake, Portsmouth, Virginia Beach, Hampton, Newport News, when you put them all together, the numbers are rising. I love you, fellowship. I love each and every one of you. And as your pastor, you have given me this opportunity to lead you. And I owe it to every member of this church. There was a time when children were not affected. The underlying conditions is affecting other areas of the lives of children, which is coinciding to this virus. And it's no longer just seniors. But the baby boomers, the millenniums, everyone is being affected by this virus. To our seniors who are staying home, I just want you to know that this church will stand. It will be here when we get back. And we're going to be able to come back. We're going to be able to fellowship again. We're going to be able to love one another again. But I don't want to bring you back too early and face the chances of one of our members being affected by this virus. Last note I want to say to you is that when we open up the doors, people will come to visit. People will come to visit. It just won't be all of our members. But the outside will come in to worship with us. And when that happens, we want to make sure beyond a shadow of a doubt that we've waited long enough and we have everything in place to fight this virus. So right now, am I confident about the first Sunday? I'm not. I'm not confident that we can open up on the first Sunday unless there are some other changes. But since we open up in the state of Virginia, the numbers in the 757 has increased. That's a fact. And we're going to look at it this week. We're going to look at it next week. And the good thing, by the time we said the first Sunday in June, we have next Sunday, the fourth Sunday, we have the fifth Sunday. We have 2 Sundays. And then the first Sunday. So I just want to make sure everyone understands. I know I said I wanted us to come back on the first Sunday, and I do. But there are some things that's happening. And I'm not making decisions on politics. I'm making decisions about what the researchers, the scientists, the doctors, and I'm praying to the Lord. So I pray that you will be understanding. If you get a calling post saying that I believe that we need to extend the time past the first Sunday. And if that happens, it is only because it is only because I feel that we need a little bit more time. I can't speak for other churches. And some have come back. Some have come back. But what you must understand is when you open your church up, you're going to have visitors. You're going to have visitors. It would be different if just your family that you knew were going to be there. And churches were made to be open and people to come in. That's what the church was made to do. And that's what Christ wants from us. But let's not open it until we know that we have a good feeling about the control of this virus. We're going to keep marching forward. We'll keep marching forward, and I'll watch the next couple of weeks. And we'll put it out, and I'll continue to talk. I'll continue to talk with the chairman of the deacon board. Him and I are the spiritual leaders of this church. And we'll make those calls, and I'll ask them and get his opinion. But I must make that call. It is I, the pastor, who must make that final call. And I will make it. I will make it looking, thinking, praying about our members, all of our members, specifically those who are experienced, to the pillows, the linchpin, and you are, to all of you seniors, you are the pillow, you are that linchpin, you're that main boat keeping us together. You've done it for many of years. And we will continue to press forward. But I just want you to know my thoughts on what's happening in this virus. The calling post only gives me 90 seconds. It only gives me 90 seconds. And I can't get all of this out on the calling post in 90 seconds. And so I wanted to just put this out. It's a general statement. It's a statement for us and those who are listening. It's okay. Those that may be coming to us. But to every member of fellowship, you will hear, and I may have to call it at the last moment. At the last moment. So in the military, we call this a warning order to prepare for what's coming down the road. My goal is that we will come together. But I have to look at making the right call, making the right decision. And remember what I said. We only get one chance to get this right. You can't take a guess on this one. You can't say, well, let's just see what's going to happen. Let's just try it. Because once one person is infected by this virus, it means all of us. Now they have tracing. We got to go back to everyone that was there. You got to tell everyone, and you got to find out who they were with, and so it's grave if it happens. So if I come and I say, I think we need a little bit more time, we need to push it further down the road, we will come together. And to all of you, I love you. I miss you. Thank you for allowing me to lead you. And the greatest asset of any organization are its human resources. And you are the members of this church. So may God stay above you to keep you holy. May He stay below you to keep you from falling. May God stay within you that His Spirit will always be with you, henceforth and forevermore. In the precious name of the Father and of the Son and of the precious Holy Spirit, forever and ever. Amen. God bless you.